All right, everybody, as we begin a new unit, I want to remind you of the vocabulary words I introduced to you yesterday. The first one was revolution. The whole unit is called Revolution and the Rise of Dictators. The two vocabulary words we focused on yesterday were revolution and dictators. As a reminder, you have those words in front of you written down. I want you to look as I read or say out loud the definition of revolution. Revolution is a forcible overthrow of government or a social order. The second vocabulary word is dictator. And this is going to be an important word for today because we're going to see it being used in our new words. A dictator is a ruler with total power over a country. All right, our two new words today are fascism and Nazism. For those of you who are in class, raise your hand if you've ever heard of those two terms before. All right, some of you actually have. Part of it is when you're familiar with history, some of these terms might be familiar to you already. But what I want you to notice are the words that are actually underlined by blue and yellow. These are some of the words that are going to be very, very important for you when writing down your definition. So let's read fascism. Fascism is a form of government which a dictator, and remember, a dictator is one person with all the control in a country. A form of government which a dictator and dictators political party control a government. So it's when a dictator and the political party the dictator is a part of has complete control. The second word is Nazism. Again, I want you to notice the blue and yellow underline of these words as I read. The Nationalist, Socialist, German Workers' Party led by Hitler. Here I have the countries listed and the dictator listed with fascism and Nazism. I want you to notice that with fascism, fascism is a term we associate with Italy. And for those of you Spanish speakers, Italia, Mussolini is the name of that dictator. For Nazism, we associate Nazism with Germany or Alemania, and that dictator was Hitler. Here I have a picture of the two of them together. I want you to notice that they are together because as we study this history, they were actually allies together in World War II. They were known as the Axis powers. We'll get to that in the next unit. But right now we're still in revolutions and the rise of dictators. So as you write these definitions down, again, I want you to underline the words that I have underlined here as well. And again, as you notice the picture here, what can you notice about these pictures? Yeah, they're both wearing military garb. What do you notice about the way Mussolini's holding his hand? Yeah, we associate this with Nazism. Why would he be holding his hand like that? It's because he supports and is in support of Hitler and Nazism. If you notice the armband that Hitler's wearing, that symbol is called a swastika, and we'll get to that term later on, is closely connected with Nazism as well. Again, fascism is a form of government which a dictator has total control, and Nazism is the Nationalist, Socialist German Workers' Party, which is led by Hitler. And these two terms will continue to be very important as we not only study the revolutions and rise of dictators, but also as we begin to talk about World War II in the coming weeks.